Hello everyone and welcome to Blaugrana Everything and welcome back to the channel and the match review as we look at how FC Barcelona just barely squeezed by Dinamo Kiev to record their first ever win of this Champions League campaign, scoring their first ever goal, registering their first ever shot on target. I mean, just after the loss to Benfica, this was pretty much a must-win game for Barcelona, and having come off of that win against Valencia on Sunday evening, one would have probably expected that the team will bring forward a lot of that momentum and that there'll be a lot of energy, just a lot of hype in this team and in this performance. But you know what? No, there was none of that, and a lot of it had to do with the team selection. And anyway, look, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to quickly take a look at the tactical setup from both teams. We're talking about Barca's performance on the night, then discussing negatives and positives from the game, as well as picking our man of the match. Quick reminder to hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video so you can stay up to date with all the coverage of all things Barcelona on this channel. This is El Clasico week. We have a Clasico coming up just on Sunday, and I will be doing a bit of a key battles video like I did for the Atleti match. I'll be doing that again for your Clasico. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the tactical setup from the two teams. Barcelona set up in a 4-3-3 with the following players. In goal, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, a back four of Mingueza, Piqué, Longley, and Jordi Alba, a midfield three of Gavi, De Jong, and Busquets, and a front three of Des Depay and Luke the freaking Young. Dynamo set up with a 4-4-1-1 with the following players. In goal, Georgi Bushkan, a back four of Thomas Kedziora, Ilya Zabani, Alexander Sirota, and Vitaly Mykolenko. A midfield four of Viktor Shigankov, Sergei Sudochuk, like I'm going to really butcher a lot of names here, Mikola Shaparenko, Carlos De Peña, that one was easy, Vitaly Boyalski, and Vladislav Spriaga. Yeah. Let's now briefly look at how Barcelona performed in this game. The first half was, to be quite honest, a very dour and frustrating affair. Sure, Barcelona created chances. I mean, like, they had so many shots, so many opportunities that fell to Luke De Jong, but he could only hit the target once, and that was not even from the easiest chance he had. He had so many easy chances, he failed to hit the target, and up until Gerard Piqué just decided to pop up and put in a Jordi Alba cross at the back post, I was really convinced that Barcelona was not going to score on this game. I was also very surprised as to why Luke De Jong started ahead of either one of Fati or Kun Aguero. I mean, anyway, we'll get to that later. First half ended Barcelona 1-0 up, and that's pretty much how the game stayed. There wasn't really much to write about in the second half except for an opportunity that Ansu Fati had, and there was probably one or two other opportunities, I think, for like Coutinho or somebody else. I don't know, I have to go back and check that out, but there wasn't much going on in that second half. So let's quickly go to what I really want to talk about, which is the negatives from this performance. I will start with, once again, team selection. I have no idea how many times I've said this, but Ronald Koeman is always his own worst enemy when it comes to team selection with FC Barcelona. Again here I asked why Luke De Jong started. I have no idea. And this isn't even about hating on Luke De Jong, even though right now I really don't like him, but this is more about why do you keep on playing him when it's so clear he doesn't do anything for us. He doesn't do the one thing he's supposed to do, which is score headers, and he gets a lot of headers. So Ronald Koeman, honestly, I am convinced that this man is trying to tank this Champions League campaign. He's trying to send Barca to like Europa League or worse, and you can't change my mind about that. Terrible team selection. And on top of that, my other negative was the substitutions. Now look, I'm not saying that Luke De Jong shouldn't have come off for Ansu Fati, alright? But why did you take off Oscar Mingueza? He was clearly one of our better players in that game, because guess what? In that first half, all of Barcelona's best players were their defenders, okay? And we're going to get into why that is exactly, because if you look at how our team sets up when they're in possession and when they're out of possession, It's completely shocking. Look at what Barcelona look like when they're out of possession, when they're in possession. There's literally no one for defenders to pass the ball forward to, except to just hit it long and look for that run in behind by Ansu Fati, which he was completely exhausted by the end of the night. He only played 45 minutes, but he was so exhausted from always making that run because that was the only ball anyone could play. Why is our team setting up like this? I just don't understand this. How is Joan Laporta watching all of this and he thinks, you know what, let's just continue leaving Koeman in the job. He knows what he is doing. He is very much on top of things. I do not get that. Absolutely do not get that. We're going up against a Real Madrid team who just took apart Shakhtar Donetsk last night, and you know what they looked like? They looked organized, they looked purposeful, and they looked like they knew what they had to do in and out of possession. Sure, they do have some moments where they switch off and they, give up silly goals and maybe it costs them a game, but you know what? They still do the right thing when they have to. Look at us here. All we needed to do was score at least 2-3 goals because our goal difference is really going to hamper us going forward, but we couldn't do that. I don't know, man. I'm sick of this, honestly speaking. Sick of Koeman ball, or whatever this crap is. We're definitely going to be destroyed on the weekend by Real Madrid, and I'm not looking forward to watching that match. I'll watch it because I have to. Beyond that, nothing else. Let me just talk briefly about our positives. We kept a clean sheet. Don't know how. We did. And you know what? Let me not pretend like everybody out there had a terrible game. Gerard Piqué did not. Gerard Piqué had a very good game. I think Jordi Alba as well had a good game. Mingueza, like I said, was taken off. Had a solid match. Dest, he had a good game. I really wish he could have stayed in that right wing role because he was giving quite a lot of problems in that first half to Dynamo. But you know what? McCarthy to stay and kept a clean sheet. I'm happy for him. And let's keep it moving. Yes, we talk about our man of the match. Well, this time around, it's Gerard Piqué, obviously. He's the only player that can seem to find the back of the net for Barcelona in a Champions League encounter. Oddly enough, he is the highest scoring current Barcelona player in the Champions League. It's a crazy statistic, but you know what? He's got a lot more goals than anybody else playing for Atletico de Madrid in the Champions League, that is, which is also crazy. But you know what? Good game, Gerard Piqué. Hopefully, I don't even know what I'm hoping for here because I really want Koeman to be gone. It was anemic. It was terrible football. I told someone watching this game was like watching an anemia patient slowly bleed out to death. I do not take that back at all. This was a terrible performance. It's a terrible game. We just so happened to win it. That brings me to the end of this video. What are your thoughts on the game? What do you think were the best performance in the game? I mean, who was your man of the match? I don't know how it's not Gerard Piqué. Who was it? And what did you think of this performance? Does it give you courage? Does it encourage you with the upcoming matches against, Real Madrid? Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Blogger and Everything for more content. Have a great day, and Forza Barca.